Hey yo, what's up Eagles Nation? It's your boy Cool Eagle back here with another video. Just want to come talk to you guys because I honestly had a question that could spark conversation. And it's not intending to. This is just my opinion. This does not represent the majority of sports fans at all. So don't take it that way when I ask this question to give my opinion. But what defines a bust? What is a bust? Because I know, for all my Eagles fans out there, like, I know y'all heard me on videos say about how I feel about Jalen Reagor, how I think he's a bust because he does not perform up to where the Philadelphia Eagles drafted him. We've seen what he's been doing over these past couple years, like not really a game changer. Personality-wise, he's very weak-minded, arguably. But he does have talent. We've seen it. But is he really a bust? Because if we were to cut Jalen Reagor right now and he go to some smaller market team that's not the Philadelphia Eagles with a less erratic and critical fan base, there is an argument that he would be much better off and actually could perform up to where he was drafted. That could be argued. The same could not be used for, I'm going to use an example of who we collectively think is a bust. Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel is an actual bust. That is what you call a bust. Jamarcus Russell, that's what you call a bust. Guys who did not last long in the league at all, while also being a very high draft pick. Because let's be real, if they were fourth round draft picks, nobody would care. But because they're number one draft picks, they didn't last in the league at all. Are they reasonably called busts? I think they are. What I don't think is a bust, and what we have debated about for years, is the Kwame Brown example. Every year when they draft the number overall draft pick in the NBA, they tend to use this Kwame Brown narrative saying that he was a bust and don't be like this player for said reasons. There's a whole bunch of controversy around it. I'm sure a lot of y'all have y'all's opinions. So how can we really call him a bust if he actually lasted in the league, was pretty good at various points in his career, even though his season and career numbers don't reflect that? He was good at some points in his career. Like, didn't he have a double-double in 2 quarters in Charlotte? Wasn't he a very good player when the Lakers went to the playoffs and faced off with Phoenix? Like, weren't there playoff series where Kwame Brown actually had a chance to showcase his talents? And he did that over a 13-year span. So, can we really call him a bust? Or can we just call him a disappointment? Because it would be, and I think a lot of sports fans can agree with this, it would be more logical to say he was a disappointment, but not a bust. I think that's fair. You drafted him #1 overall. Now, mind you, you can argue the fact that he was put in a very disadvantaged situation. They talked about this man saying he has small hands. But they weren't saying that when Florida was trying to draft him, when he was Mr. Georgia, when he was balling in these AAU tournaments. They weren't saying that. That wasn't on the draft profile then. But somehow it came into the league like that's part of the reason why they call him a bust, because of his small hands. Now, mind you, the minutes that he played don't reflect #1 overall. So you can kind of say and kind of argue that they kind of screwed him over on the minutes. And then the fact of the report that Michael Jordan wanted to trade him for Elton Brand, and like the story goes on, the Charles Oakley interview with Shay Shay, with Club Shay Shay. Okay, like we can go into all that all day. Like this is not what this video is about. This video is about, do we use the term bust too loosely? I remember not too long ago, actually it was quite a long time ago now because it's been almost 10 years, but Matt, what's his name? Matthew, damn it, what's his name? Not Stafford, but damn, like I can't figure his name. Like Chip Kelly drafted him, I think. And we call him a bust. He was number 7, man, white QB, like Matt something. So we call him a bust. We call Mark Sanchez a bust. But he lasted long in the league. He was an okay backup quarterback. He just wasn't good enough to be your franchise answer. That's okay to say. That's okay to say an athlete was a disappointment then, but is not a bust because he lasted longer in the league like you expected him to. He lasted, 10, 11 years in the league before he retired. I think his last game was with the Washington football team. So in that instance, can we call him a bust? Now, Skip Bayless came on the record calling Carson Wentz a bust. How is Carson Wentz a bust? The numbers don't say he's a bust. The fumbles are a problem. Okay, cool. And in big games, he'll choke it up every now and again. More often than not. But he is a talented quarterback. Now, who else we can use as a reasonable bust is Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell held out a camp with the Oakland Raiders for a contract. I think he got $60 million guaranteed, and after that, he was absolutely horrible. Didn't even last 3 full years in the league, if I'm not mistaken. That's a bust. Because of where you drafted him and how much you paid him, how much he put you through to even get him on the field. His work ethic, that's bust behavior. Johnny Manziel, bust behavior. So I ask you again, sports fans, do you think we as sports fans use the term bust too loosely? Let me know what you think in the comments.